Hello everyone and welcome to another Jack of Blades video. Today we're going to be covering Battleborn and more importantly my Kelvin Ice Titan build. Now, one thing I want to get out of the way right away is that these builds are more specifically for incursion and story mode, as they are the more core game modes to Battleborn in my mind. Now this doesn't mean that you can't use these videos for baseline for any builds that you want to create with these characters. Secondly, we're not going to be covering the numbers and rolls on gear, as gear is so widely varied. There's no point in me touching on each individual number and how it's rolled for me instead of you. So we're going to tackle this in a specific order. We're going to be doing gear first, and then we're going to go into helix options, and we're just going to run it all down real quick. So here we're going to go over to gear. We're going to go over to Kelvin. And right away, as in my other videos, you'll notice that I'm running triple legendaries because I feel like the triple legendary is manageable in incursion and story mode and should be utilized by most players. So that's what you're going to see out of me, and that's going to be a consistency throughout my videos. So for Kelvin, we're going to run Plasmite Transducer. You're going to get damage reduction, and you're going to get shield recharge delay. Now, this shield recharge delay isn't going to seem like it's going to be of any use for now, but you'll see it comes into use later. But the real reason you're running this piece of gear is the legendary bonus. Gain shards equal to 5% of the damage you take after this piece of gear is equipped. This is a pretty monumental shard generation piece for any character in the size grouping of like Montana, Kelvin, Atticus. Any character who's large and is going to be taking a decent amount of damage just because of their size is going to benefit a lot from this piece of gear. So next we're going to run Premium Health Plan, which gives you maximum health and shield recharge per second. And then its legendary bonus gains you another 28 shield recharge per second based on your current percentage of maximum health. Now, a lot of people don't know this, but the way Kelvin's passive works is that he has a shield, but it's always on -20 shield generation per second. So if you override this -20 shield regeneration per second, you can actually provide Kelvin with a shield, which is actually pretty nice. So third, we're going to run Medical Nano Colony, which gives you 11.65 health regeneration per second, and then it gives you shield recharge per second. I don't know why I named off the number right there. And then it gives you another 17.47. Once again, I don't know if this is a set roll or if this is something that rolls higher or lower based on the legendary, but it gives you extra shield or health recharge or health regen per second while your shield is charging. This is pretty good for Kelvin because any Kelvin player knows that they want really high health regen, and this benefits a lot for Kelvin's health regen. Now we're going to move over to Kelvin's helixes, and I'm going to go through these pretty quickly and tell you what I pick. So I take Big Chill for the extra 7 health regen right off the bat. There's nothing wrong with having more health regen as Kelvin, considering how it's pretty much one of the strongest things that a Kelvin can have in their build. Secondly, I take Quick Bite. Damaging an enemy with Chomp increases Kelvin's movement speed for a short time. This is actually pretty monumental. It allows you to actually be pretty mobile as Kelvin. Despite his size, hitting this extra 30% movement speed can like save your life and do other things in the long run for you. Thirdly, I take Swelling Wind. Longer Kelvin remains in sublimate form, the more his movement speed increases. This is just kind of to help sublimate be the escape utility that I think it is, truly. Third, now this one, or fourth, my bad. This one's a kind of choose between two. I like the extra shield you take from hitting with Chomp, because you don't have to hit life to get a benefit from it. Whereas lifesteal, like its lifesteal, requires you to hit the health of the target to deal the damage you want to. or get the life steal that you want to. I take permafrost damage reduction here. This is what the reason why, because you actually gain this passive 30% damage reduction when your shield is charged. So when your shield is just full from the kit that this build has you run, you're actually getting that passive 30% damage reduction whenever your shield's up. So it's not like the bonus shields you get from permafrost are any more beneficial, because your shields are eventually going to fill up. But this 30% damage reduction is a pretty big boon for this build. For 6, you're going to be taking Consume. Killing an enemy with Chomp drastically decreases Sublimate's cooldown time. It's a 5 seconds of cooldown time for chomping a single minion. It's pretty big. There's no reason you should take any other option. Here I take your left-hand side. Kelvin's health regeneration rate increases when near allied Battleborn, plus 7 health regen per second. Neither of the other two I feel are worth the extra health regen here. You're going to be sticking close to your teammates in most situations in Incursion and Story mode, so it's the only solid pick. Here I take the decrease in Sublimate's cooldown time, because if you don't take the longer duration on Sublimate from Wind Chill, you're not really benefiting too much from your 21 health regeneration per second. You're only getting like an extra 63 health regeneration from your Sublimate, which is not worth it in Kelvin's health pool. So I just take the 20% cooldown time reduction on Sublimate, which is pretty awesome considering how you also get 5 seconds for every minion you chomp or enemy you kill. For 9, we take our left-hand side with the 20% reduction in chomp, which allows you to do what Kelvin's supposed to do more often: chomp. It's his core mechanic, and I think it's one of the strongest things that you can do is give him this tool, 20% cooldown time. And then lastly, honestly, there is no wrong choice here. It is all preference. It's what you think is going to net you the best bonus here, because Kelvin's last 3 picks on his level 10 are just, they're all solid. None of them is that much better, but I personally pick Walled In. Cooldown time is pretty awesome. The slow duration, I haven't ever seen it do too much, but I'm sure it's probably just as good as the cooldown time. That's all I wanted to say about Kelvin. If you guys have any suggestions or want me to do anything else or anything like that, just leave it in the comments, and I will see you guys on Battleborn.